This is the WKBN High School Football Game of the Week pregame show, sponsored by Churchill Counseling and TP Tools and Equipment.
No one takes a break tonight. We get after them for 4 quarters. You take what you want. It's your time. Go get it done, baby. Come on.
We have reached the stretch run of the high school football regular season. The push towards the playoffs continues in Warren as the Warren-Harding Raiders battle the Boardman-Spartans in the WKBN High School Football Game of the Week. I'm Chad Krispinski alongside Ryan Allison. It's a matchup of 2 former SVC foes with a lot on the line.
Yeah, that's right. The Spartans and Raiders are both in Division II Region 5, and tonight's game will be very important when it comes to playoff seeding, which comes out in just 3 weeks.
Hard to believe. Let's take a look at tonight's matchup notes. This is the first meeting between the two teams in 721 days. Warren-Harding seeking a 3rd straight win in the series.
And when these two teams get together, it is typically close. In fact, the last 3 meetings have been decided by 7 points or less. That includes the last meeting back in 2019. Harding won that shootout 44-38 in double overtime.
In fact, let's take you back to 2019. Harding and Boardman went to that double OT affair. And in double OT, Marcus Brown's 3-yard touchdown run sealed the deal. Harding topped Boardman in that thriller by 6 points. Last Friday night, Boardman hit the road to Cleveland Benedictine and trailed by 3 at halftime, but the second half, a much different story.
Yeah, the Bengals outscored the Spartans 28-13 in the second half to remain undefeated. So Boardman's only 2 losses this year are to undefeated Massillon Jackson and Benedictine, the #1 ranked team in the state.
Let's take a closer look at Boardman. The Spartans enter week number 7 with a record of 4-2.
If the playoffs started today, they would certainly make the cut. According to the latest computer rankings, Boardman is currently 9th in Division II Region 5. Spartans are also loaded with playmakers, which has helped them average nearly 29 points per game.
Now, leading the way for Boardman is blue chip recruit Terrence Thomas. He's the Spartans' senior quarterback and so much more.
Yeah, head coach Seth Antrim called him the glue between everybody. Thomas is verbally committed to Purdue in the Big Ten, but that hasn't gone to his head. Antrim says he's a true team player as well as a family guy. Not to mention, he is pretty special with the ball in his hands.
Yes, he is. Thomas told us his best physical attribute, his toughness. He says people don't realize it, but he'll run them over if he has to, but also can make people miss. He models his game after Kansas City Chiefs speedster Tyreek Hill and Alvin Kamara of the Saints. Harding players very familiar with what he can do.
It's actually very exciting because I know him and he knows me, and we're both going to come to play. We actually haven't said nothing since we took pictures for the top players in the counties.
Their core of athletes, this is the best I've seen in a long time with the core of playmakers that they have. So, right off the bat, that catches your eye is that, we're going to have to defend their playmakers and limit their big play capability. And play consistently defensively.
When we come back, we'll turn our attention to Warren-Harding. The Raiders looking to get on a roll for the stretch run of the regular season. You're watching the WKBN High School Football Game of the Week.
You're watching the WKBN High School Football Game of the Week pregame show.
And welcome back as the countdown to kickoff continues. Let's now turn our attention to Warren-Harding, a team with a record that is very deceiving.
Yeah, the Raiders have easily played one of the toughest schedules in the entire state of Ohio this year. That includes games against Medina and Hudson, both of which are undefeated and currently top seeds in their regions.
Last Friday night, Warren-Harding hit the road to Akron, St. Vincent, St. Mary. The Raiders trailed 7-0 at halftime, but caught fire in the second half.
Harding and St. V's combined for 23 points in the 4th quarter alone. Raiders came away with that 20-17 win. Dallas Jet connected with Dom Foster on a 55-yard touchdown late in the 4th quarter to seal the deal.
Fresh off that win, the Raiders now 2-4. Harding likewise remains in the playoff mix, and a win in this one would certainly help that postseason resume with plenty of points.
In the latest computer rankings, the Raiders are currently 13th in Division II Region 5. Remember, the top 16 make the cut this year. Harding is also averaging more than 27 points per game.
Harding boasts a big-time college recruit of its own. His name is Dom Foster. We're familiar with him.
That's right. Recently committed to play college football in the ACC at Syracuse University, and it's easy to see why. He is a big play waiting to happen, and he is all over the field. This season, he's played quarterback, wide receiver, and cornerback, not to mention the damage he can do on special teams in the return game.
He told us his team needs to come out hungry and called this week's battle with Boardman a must-win. He certainly has the Spartans' attention heading in.
Oh, he's just explosive, very explosive. You know, he gets the ball in his hand, he can take it, you know, wherever they're out on the field, and we're going to have to, you know, rally to him and keep him contained best we can.
His athleticism, he's a freak athlete. And I think of him just like as myself. We're both great athletes, but him, he's a different breed, though. Love that guy.
Which brings us to our keys to the game. Boardman looking to contain Harding playmakers. They know the Raiders will score some points, but those points must be kept to a minimum.
Warren Harding, on the other hand, looking to execute on special teams. They certainly have the talent when it comes to the return game. Raiders can break one at any time, and the kicking game will also be crucial. And finally, both sides are looking to move on from mistakes. If a bad play happens, obviously important to bounce back up and not hold their heads down.
So the spotlight is shining brightly on high school football's biggest stage. We're just about ready for the opening kickoff. Boardman and Warren Harding face off next in Week 7 of the WKBN High School Football Game of the Week.